In the year 1984, two highly developed, peaceful Western nations officially went to war over a completely useless piece of territory. The conflict didn't involve heavy artillery, stealth bombers, camouflage trenches, or bloody battlefield skirmishes. Instead, the entire military campaign was fought over decades using metal flagpoles, a couple of wooden signposts, and a massive supply of high-end Canadian whiskey and traditional Danish schnapps. It went down in international relations history as the legendary Whiskey War. The target of this bizarre geopolitical dispute was Hans Island, a tiny, entirely uninhabited chunk of limestone rock located dead center in the middle of the Kennedy Channel. This channel is a frozen, treacherous strip of ocean separating the far northeastern wilderness of Canada from the massive, icy Danish territory of Greenland. The island itself is completely barren, devoid of trees, and offers absolutely zero natural resources or strategic military advantages to anyone who holds it. Well, when international cartographers originally drew up the official maritime borders back in the 1970s, they hit a major legal roadblock that they simply couldn't solve. International law states that countries have a right to claim territory within 12 miles of their actual coastline. Because Hans Island sat exactly 11 miles from both the Canadian coast and the Greenland coast, the rock fell perfectly within the legal boundaries of both nations at the exact same time. For a decade, both governments completely ignored the issue, assuming a barren rock in the freezing Arctic wasn't worth causing a massive diplomatic incident over. But in 1984, the Canadian military officially broke the silence by sending a squad of troops out to the territory to plant their flag. The soldiers marched across the rocky terrain, planted a massive Canadian maple leaf flag into the frozen ground, and left behind a handwritten sign that boldly read, "Welcome to Canada." To finish off their peaceful conquest, they left a bottle of premium Canadian Club whiskey at the base of the flagpole as a friendly gift for any future travelers who stumbled across the rock. When the Danish government found out about the Canadian intrusion, they didn't call the United Nations or file an angry diplomatic protest. They decided to strike back with absolute passive-aggressive politeness. A few months later, the Danish Minister for Greenland Affairs chartered a helicopter and flew directly out to the island. He personally pulled the Canadian flag down, replaced it with the Danish national flag, and swapped out the Canadian whiskey for a bottle of traditional Danish aquavit schnapps. Beneath the flagpole, he left a brilliant note that read, "Welcome to the Danish island." This single interaction triggered a highly coordinated, decades-long cycle of military retaliation. Every few months, the Canadian Navy would sail past the island, tear down the Danish flag, drink the schnapps, leave a fresh bottle of Canadian whiskey, and put their own flag back up. The next season, the Danish military would send a naval vessel to do the exact same thing, reclaiming the island with a brand new bottle of schnapps. The military units on both sides treated the operation like a highly anticipated tradition. Naval crews would actively log their expeditions, making sure to leave friendly notes giving the other country advice on what brands of alcohol they should bring on the next rotation. For nearly 40 years, the island changed hands dozens of times without a single shot ever being fired. The legal dispute became a legendary joke within international relations, but by the early 2020s, the changing geopolitical climate in the Arctic forced both nations to take the border seriously. With the ice caps melting, securing official territory in the far north became a major priority for natural resource exploration and future trade routes. In June of 2022, after 38 years of intense alcoholic warfare, the foreign ministers of Canada and Denmark officially sat down to sign a permanent peace treaty. Instead of fighting over the rock, they decided to split the island exactly down the middle, creating a tiny half-mile land border between Canada and the Kingdom of Denmark. It remains a legendary tale of international relations, proving that even the most stubborn territorial disputes can be completely resolved with a sense of humor and a mutual love for good alcohol. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into the bizarre corners of history, make sure to like and subscribe for more.